got a 20-mile ride. He's running away from me. He's just pulling over to a better spot. Let's go. There is someone. Oh, okay.
Where are you going?
Sorry?
Where are you going eventually?
I don't have a fixed destination. I'm just hitchhiking for fun, so coming from Canada. Yeah. I really appreciate you grabbing me though.
Oh, yeah, man.
One second, boys. Yeah, it's a diesel truck. Yeah. Again, really appreciate you grabbing me.
Oh, yeah. I'm John, by the way.
Trevor.
Trevor, nice to meet you.
Right. I guess I might as well explain what's going on here. From Canada, I've hitchhiked in 25 countries. I've been picked up over 700 times. I just want to show people around the world that what hitchhiking's like, what my experience is like, because it's been a pretty positive experience.
Yeah.
So this is a live stream. There's people watching. There's people chatting. So.
Yeah, I've done a lot of hitchhiking myself.
Yeah, around the U.S. or international as well?
International, yeah.
Oh yeah, whereabouts?
I've hitched all over the West Coast. I've hitched all the way down to Costa Rica.
Really?
Hitched in Asia.
Whereabouts
Yeah.
in Asia?
Hitchhiked from Beijing all the way to the western part of Mongolia.
That's sick!
Yeah. So I like to pick up hitchhikers.
Yeah, that's awesome.
They seem cool.
Yeah, my extent of Asia has been the Asian part of Russia and Japan for hitchhiking. I really thought it'd be cool. You hitchhike through Mongolia much, or you just got to
Yeah, it's really tough. Actually, it's
tough?
It's horrible.
Is it?
Yeah.
When did you do that?
About 10 years ago.
Do you think things might have changed a little bit since then?
Yeah, they built a road.
Yeah, I heard the roads were or are very good, but
There was not a cross-country road.
no.
It was just like dirt paths.
Yeah.
And when I was there, they were starting construction on the first road across the country.
Really? And it's would be done by now, so it might be a different experience or a slightly different experience.
Yeah, I think so. It'd be a lot easier.
And when you're in countries like that, did any people expect payment for rides? Like I've heard like a lot of the long distance vans are kind of they take people and it's not much, but it's like
not much, but you know, it's not like hitchhiking here where you just everybody knows that if you pick up a hitchhiker, you're not getting anything from them.
Yeah. That's the expected thing in North America. No money exchanges hands.
You ever been to this area before?
Not since I was like a young kid. Like parents drove us down to Disneyland, that kind of thing. This is my first real trip around Western US since I've been an adult doing my own thing. So I've had a great time. I hitchhiked through Washington, Oregon, Northern California to here. This is my 31st ride on the trip. And all of them have been documented on this little thing.
All just live streaming, or you take video too?
It's live streaming, but it does save the live stream to a VOD, so you can watch back and see afterwards. We've had some interesting rides, some really generous people. Yesterday we had some guys that were pretty insane. like they weren't dangerous. It was like conspiracy theories, like vampires, chakra stuff. Made for an entertaining stream, didn't it, guys? Yeah. I don't mind weird.
No.
Yeah. It makes things interesting.
No, normal's boring.
Yeah.
Any scary rides?
Like honestly, that was probably what we'd call scariest ride. Was the one yesterday with the guys. It was in like kind of a sketchy looking van with like spray painted windows and stuff. But they were decent guys, just odd. I try to talk to people before I get into their car, so I've turned down rides because of how the vibe I get from them. Have you turned down many rides?
Yeah, I've gotten some dangerous ones too.
Have you?
Oh yeah.
Where?
Mostly in Mexico.
In Mexico, okay. Yeah, people kind of warn you.
I gotta say at the same time though, I love hitchhiking in Mexico. I've gotten so many good rides there.
Yeah.
Like a lot of really good rides, but a couple bad ones.
What kind of bad are we talking?
You know, just like accidentally ending up with drug smugglers.
Okay.
Or someone who's like, turns out to be like drunk and distracted.
Yeah.
Didn't really realize it until you're on a windy mountain road.
The scariest thing for hitchhiking for me has been people's driving, whether that's due to some kind of intoxicant or just them being a distracted, dangerous driver. I haven't felt physically threatened by someone themselves. It's just the driving that has terrified me.
Me too. That same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a whole system for getting good rides.
What's your system?
So my system, like some people say, you need to show them that you're walking, but I don't believe that.
That's the exact same thing I do. Yeah. Location.
It's all about the location.
Yeah.
It's I want a spot where they're already naturally going at a slower speed to give them a long enough time to get a good look at me.
Yeah.
And then
this guy knows.
And then to like conveniently right after they see me, have there be a safe and easy place to pull over.
That's rule number 1 and 2. Yeah. I tell them I have three things I look for.
Yeah.
A long line of sight so they can see you from a long way.
Long line of sight.
A wide shoulder where they can safely pull over. And ideally slow traffic. Those are the 3 things I look for. This guy knows how to do it.
Yeah.
Because I've met plenty of hitchhikers that are like, you might as well walk. Because you're not getting anywhere. It's not true.
It's not true. It's all about the good spot.
Yeah.
Find that good spot. And if it's
same with like the rules of real estate. Location, location, location.
Yeah, because if it's not safe for them to pull over,
they're not
going to stop. If they don't have a good chance to look at you,
exactly,
they're not going to pull over.
The spot where I picked you up, I would have way rather been further down that on-ramp, but I'm live streaming it, so I'm trying to be as by the book as possible. Right behind me was a sign that said no pedestrians, no bicyclists, no anything. That's why I was at the very top of the on-ramp. I didn't like being there. I'd rather be further down so you have a longer line of sight.
At least there's a big shoulder though.
Yeah, good putt.
And I was going slow, so I didn't really have to brake.
Yeah. But it's just people come right around that corner and I'm right on top of them.
And the other part is I try and project the vibe of that. It's gonna be better for them if they pick me up.
Yeah. Like how you present yourself with?
Yeah.
That's what I tell everyone here. Present yourself in a way that someone would want to sit next to you in their car. Like look presentable, look friendly, look happy. And like try to interact with the drivers, like look at them, wave at them, because you kind of just look, I don't know, not really someone would want to sit next to if you're just doing a 1,000-yard stare off into the distance with a neutral face.
If you're hitchhiking with multiple people, it's good to sometimes have your friends hide in the bushes.
I usually don't hitchhike with other people because it's so much harder space-wise, and people are intimidated, because if it's 2 guys, for example, you're gonna have one next to you, one sitting right behind you. Those are complete strangers, and that's an intimidating thing to have in your vehicle.
Yeah. Depends what state you're in.
Yeah. So you've gone all around the U.S. as well. Yeah. What would you say is the best place and worst place that you've been around in the U.S. for hitchhiking?
Colorado is the best.
Colorado is the best. We had someone from Colorado in chat earlier talking about saying I should go there. He'd show me around.
Yeah, Colorado. I think 90% of the rides I've gotten in Colorado, the people smoke me up on the drive.
That's Colorado.
That's Colorado.
People in chat are telling me to compliment your truck. They like the diesel Dodge. Yeah, they like your truck. We got someone from Boulder, Colorado, talking.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from Arizona. Arizona's tough. California's good. California's mixed.
Yeah.
Colorado's
Washington, Oregon are really easy, simple, it's fast.
Yeah.
California is mixed. Northern California is easy, it's the same as Washington, Oregon.
Yeah.
But I find the closer you get to like major developed cities and stuff like that, the harder things get. And you kind of have to plan your rides a little bit more. You can't just walk out onto the highway. Kind of got to strategize a little bit.
Yeah, it's a lot of strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I decline rides if they're gonna drop me off at the spot that I don't think is good.
Yeah, so same thing. Like most of my rides that I've turned down have been some pull over and be like, I'm going 3 miles up the road, and I know I'm in a good spot. It's probably a better idea to just stay in that good spot and wait for a bit longer ride. But with this trip, I do take a lot of short rides because I like the process of getting in and out of cars, meeting new people, finding new rides.
Yeah, I find that hitching in the States, I can get anywhere in the country if I leave myself twice the amount of time as it normally would take to drive.
Yeah.
That's like my basic standard. I've never really had to wait too long, ever.
Yeah. The longest on this trip has been hour 15 or so for a ride. Cosmopolis, Oregon, near Astoria or something, I think.
The rural area or what?
I was surprised, like, based off of the type of traffic and the interactions, like people waving at me, I thought it was like good traffic and I was at the end of town. So there isn't anywhere for like another 30 miles. I thought it was a good spot, but I think you're dealing with statistics at that point. Just sometimes it takes a while, sometimes it doesn't. But on average, I think my average wait time's in the 15 to 25 minute range to catch a ride. I was there for probably, how long was I there, guys? Like, actually close to an hour, I think.
What are you streaming on?
Twitch TV. I'll give you a card if you want to check it out. I find it really cool when I get picked up by someone, I kind of like show them where I'm streaming at, and then they come back and kind of interact with chat.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we got 31 rides captured on this. Got people talking. Yeah, nearly an hour.
Yeah, we just remodeled this cool 50s hotel up here.
Yeah.
And we just opened a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
And it's a nice place to stop.
Yeah.
It's not really. It's just off the road, but.
Oh yeah. So you own it, or you like?
No, I'm a builder.
Oh, you're a builder. Okay. And it just opened.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the Skyview Hotel.
What's it called?
The Skyview.
Skyview Hotel. Brand new. Everyone go there. It's beautiful. So it's remodeled 50s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm heading right now.
Yeah. Still some work to do even though it's open there?
Yeah, little projects here and there. It's all open. The pool's open, the restaurant's open, the bar's open.
Yeah. Is it near like a town city, or is it kind of rural?
Yeah, it's a small town.
Okay.
I'll take the first exit. I'll drive you through the town.
Cool.
And then I'll either drop you off at the ramp or drop you off at the hotel if you
Yep, sounds good.
feel like getting a drink.
Alright.
I'm working.
Yeah, you're working. But I might grab a drink. We'll see.
Yeah, Los Alamos is a cool little town.
Is it?
Yeah. It's small.
Yeah.
It's really small.
Like a kind of nice community, nice people, small town feel.
Yeah, it's a really small town, but it has like 4 or 5 really amazing cafes.
Yeah. Cafes. I guess I should show you guys kind of what we're looking at here. It's pretty nice here. Nice. This whole trip so far, like from Washington down Highway 101 to here, is like, it's beautiful the whole way. I don't think there's anywhere that's like boring.
No, it's too bad the one was closed and it come down through Big Sur.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, it was closed, and then the other thing is there's no connection on the one for being able to run the live stream, because I run off the Verizon network, and there's like nothing down there unless you're directly in a town. Yep.
was that the 101 was the main street through town here.
Okay.
So this was
And now it bypassed?
Yeah.
Which kind of killed a lot of businesses in town?
Yeah. But that was, the bypass was built in the mid-50s.
So a while ago then. Yeah.
But the town's coming back.
Yeah.
And in a different way. So where'd you say you were?
I'm from Vancouver Islands, right on the west coast. So when we had 9 days of straight rain, I shouldn't really complain because that's where I grew up. A temperate rainforest that rains there 10 months of the year.
I don't know if I could do that.
No, but everything's so green all year because of that. So you pay for it, but it's beautiful.
That's nice.
We're doing a little town tour and then getting dropped off. So this is Los Alamos, California. Spin you guys around. Yeah, for the first almost 2 weeks there was just between 5 and 20 people watching the stream, and now things kind of shot up after yesterday and we're at 150.
Oh, nice.
150 people from around the world watching. It's kind of cool.
They're just hanging out at home watching.
Hanging out at home watching some Canadian dude hitchhike.
Yeah, it's kind of like a, see this building right here?
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, that's really cool.
Kind of like a western town.
Yeah.
This was like a booming town.
Back in the gold rush kind of days, was it?
Yeah, like in the 1920s.
Yeah.
This town was one of the biggest towns on the Central Coast.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, one of the biggest towns between Santa Barbara and San Francisco.
Yeah.
And these days it's kind of quiet, but
Yeah.
it's there's like amazing food in this town.
Really?
Yeah. Kind of strange. Yeah, and so
Is that one of them there? Wells Bread and Bakery?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so see up on the top of the hill right there? That white.
Oh yeah.
That's the hotel.
Yeah. Cool.
It's like it's like a boutique luxury getaway town.
Was it a hotel before? Was it like
Yeah, it was a motel, but it was like really, really run down.
Oh, yeah?
It was bad.
Yeah.
Real bad. So here's the ramp.
Yeah.
Want me to drop you off here?
Yeah. I guess we'll keep going.
Yeah, I'm just going like there.
Okay. Perfect.
Get out here.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate the ride. Hey, one more thing. I'm trying to document the different types of people that pick me up. Would you be comfortable with getting a picture together?
Sure.
Yeah.
Let me pull up a little bit, just because
Sure.
I'm gonna go to the other side of the bridge.
Yep.
And then pull over.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Oh, with the...
Just take it with the sky view in the background.
Yeah, actually, that's a good idea. Let's give a good background to that image. Cool. Alright, ride's over, guys. backpack. Oh. Now losing connection. Still losing connection. Seem okay? Hey, Watsonville's in chat? Aw, sick. Hey, Alex. Watsonville picked me up yesterday. His first ride of yesterday. Cool guy. Really nice guy. My backpack fell over, my antenna fell over, and maybe disconnected, so now I'm propping it up, so better connection when this thing's pointing not towards the ground. Looks fine, we're good. Alright, chat's good, everyone's good, I'm good. Life's good. We're gonna walk back out onto the highway, or the on-ramp at least, and catch another ride. Watson asks what's up. We just got our first ride of the day from, his name is John, right? John? Really nice guy. He's hitchhiked all over the world as well, and he tries to pick people up. So, and he hitchhikes exactly like how I hitchhike. Try to present yourself well. He follows the 3 rules I look for in a hitchhiking spot: long line of sight, wide shoulder, and slow traffic. He does exactly the same thing that I do. Other people do it, I swear. He said 15-20 miles. It could have been 15 miles. Or we were just driving real fast. You gonna blow up? Alright. I'm gonna get my backpack back on. Actually, I'm gonna have a drink of water first. Stay hydrated. I haven't seen Stay Hydrated bot in a while. I might have just missed him. But I do appreciate his or her, I don't know what gender Stay Hydrated bot is, you know, reminders that I should stay hydrated. We're out in the sun. You need to drink your water. Yeah, the rules of the road. Gas, grass, or ass. I've never had anyone even mention that in hitchhiking. It's kind of funny. This is Los Alamos, California. I guess a mod can update that if they'd like. Yep, picture with John will be on Instagram pretty soon. If you do want to see the different types of people that have picked me up along the way, I don't have everyone, but I have quite a few people. If you check out my Instagram below, we have pictures with the different people that have picked me up along the way, including River and Joseph from yesterday, our favorite rides of the trip, because they're crazy, and I loved it. Well, let's roll. Alright, hello everyone. We're back. Alright. Let's just see if I can get this on screen here before we go. I think this is the little hotel they did up here. So it's been like remodeled, a 50s like motel that used to be really dingy and run down, and they fixed it up. Also, here's the nice real estate office of Los Alamos. You can tell it's a bumping place. You know, people are just dying to buy property here. You can tell. Los Alamos Real Estate Co. All right, here we go. We're back in business. Smiles and laughs about the vampires. Yeah, well, if you saw the clip, it was, as long as you're not vampiring me, we're cool. Just don't suck my blood. That's my blood. I don't give you permission. Because I did ask him, did you, you know, get permission to take their blood or something along those lines? It's like, no. No, I just took it. Alright, let's see if we get a little, like I'm walking underneath the highway here. Maybe we'll lose something. Maybe we don't. Maybe they're messing with you? It's possible. But everything about that ride just felt like they were legitimate a little bit. Had a few screws loose, but not in a dangerous way, just in a kind of, they have interesting ideas about things way. The blood taking was after the alien abduction stuff. We kind of transitioned straight from, you know, just talking about hitchhiking and their hitchhiking to alien abductions, and we went from there to kind of conspiracy theories. Vampires kind of happened later on in the stream or in the ride. So, oh, this is a nice on-ramp. It's a nice one. Nice, straight, good shoulder. Like we were talking about with John, 3 things: long line of sight, wide shoulder, slow traffic. Traffic's still slow on the on-ramp. The shoulder's really wide here, and it's a nice straight on-ramp. I'll kind of stand 20-30 meters up the on-ramp, stop there. I think I'll fly the Canadian A sign. We'll mix things up, and then yeah, see where the next ride takes us. Traffic's slower on this on-ramp, but that's okay. It still seems busy enough that it won't be a problem to catch a ride. So, I'll post up here. Do you ever get lost? No, because I navigate via a phone. Your phone always has GPS, even if it doesn't have data. So, if you don't have data, get a map. It's called Maps.me, maps.me. And you can download maps of the locations you're going while you have Wi-Fi. And then once you get there, like your phone will place you wherever you are in the world on the GPS. What uses data is loading the map itself, and if you have the map already downloaded, then you don't need to use data, and it's easy. Alright. We're back in business. Back to hitchhiking. Will you stay upright, bag? Nope. How about now? Now that I've punished you. Alright. We're looking good. Sorry, I'm gonna miss some stuff. Solar panels are, yeah, I've heard mixed things on solar panels for recharging phones while out in weird places. Same Osprey, an Aether 60. It's a solid pack, it's pretty heavy. It doesn't like standing up, it always falls over. That's the thing I hate most about it. But it is a nice pack. Everything else, other than, see? Everything else other than it falling over, yeah. Stay. It's gonna fall. It's a nice pack. So combine the Canadian sign and the South sign. Like, stick them right below each other. It's gonna be hard because there's actually a decent wind facing me, and cardboard, it acts like a sail kinda. It catches the wind. So with the one sign, and I was doing this with the other sign, you can do that even with wind, but with two signs kind of holding them awkwardly together, it becomes very difficult to like hold the two signs. So we're just gonna try the Canadian A sign solo for a little bit. If we don't get a ride for a little bit, then we'll just switch it up. No harm, no foul. But yeah, the traffic's pretty slow here, so we'll have some good time. It's a good time to talk and chat. If you guys have any questions about hitchhiking, ultra low-cost traveling, living in a bush, like the woods kind of bush, stuff like that, I can answer things. I know a few things. Not everything, but a few things. And my backpack gets so dirty because it just falls over like 15 times a day. Just crashes all over the place, gets all dusty, dirty. I try to look clean. Damn it, Osprey. What kind of battery pack do you have? Also, are you in a tent or renting room? So battery packs. When I set out on this trip, I had a 22,000 milliamp hour battery, two 20,000 milliamp hour batteries, a 12,000 milliamp hour battery, a 10,000 milliamp hour battery, and a 4,000 milliamp hour battery. On the very first day, one of my 20,000 milliamp hour batteries died. Another one of my 22,000 milliamp hour batteries acting weird on me. We're having battery problems. Also battery problems in the form of my phone is discharging its battery faster than the battery can charge it. Right now it's very slow, but I do have the brightness on a little higher because it's very bright out right now. And then the other question was, sorry, what was it? Other question. Battery packs and tent or renting room. I've tented probably about half the nights, been offered places to stay by various people, another quarter of the nights, and then another quarter of the nights I have paid for accommodation for a variety of reasons. Yeah, usually I rarely ever pay for accommodation. With this live streaming thing, I've had a few times where I'm just like, I need to like figure some stuff out with this live stream, maybe recharge some batteries and get that sorted, so I paid for accommodation a few nights. Like last night was a crazy stream with a lot of viewers and stuff, so I had to talk with some mods about some things and figure a few things out, so I got a motel last night. Maybe I'm cheating as a hitchhiker, but I'm still hitchhiking everywhere. I just stayed in a few paid accommodation places, which I didn't plan on doing, but that's just kind of happened. Were you caught in the recent rains? Yes. Well, recent as in like a week ago. The first, I think, 9 days of the stream through Washington, Oregon were rain every single day. Every single day. Albeit I'm from Vancouver Island. I'm used to rain. I can't complain that much. But it is difficult with live streaming and electronics. My phone isn't waterproof, that kind of stuff, to keep everything good. Glad I found you. Thanks, that drunk guy. Use low power mode. Yeah, I make sure all the apps are running in the background. Low power mode would put down the screen brightness to like, 10%, which means I could not read anything at all. I guess I could do that and then read chat interactions from my secondary phone. That is an option. Ever seen Into the Wild? Yes, I have. That's with Alexander Supertramp, the one that died. People have a few times been like, you remind me of that guy from Into the Wild. And then I'm like, but he dies. So hopefully not too much. As long as you have something to wipe your ass with, then all is well. Yeah, if you're doing this thing, always have toilet paper with you. Albeit on this trip I haven't had to actually use my stash of toilet paper, but it's good to have on you. Where am I going? I don't have a fixed destination. I'm just going until I no longer enjoy it or I run out of money. Those are the two limiting factors. Sleeping Bear, how's it going? Good to see you back in chat. Oh my god, someone should pick you up. What I would need for someone to actually pick me up is actual cars to come on this on-ramp. Right now, I'm definitely not going to get picked up because there's no cars. So, What do you do when you're not hitchhiking? I live, rent a room, work in the outdoor industry selling gear usually. What device are you using for stream? I'm using an LG G4, which I'm looking at upgrading because it's 3 years old and it heats up a lot when it live streams, and I've had it turn off on me a few times just because it overheats. Because the process is working hard in this puppy. You play video games? Not really anymore. I used to all through high school, but once I graduated high school and went off to college, I just never plugged in I played Xbox 360. I never played in my Xbox again. How often does it usually take me to find a ride? About 15 to 25 minutes on average if we look at everything I've ever done. And on this trip I think it's about that as well, but it really varies. I just skipped some stuff because I gotta get down to the bottom of chat. Did you sleep all the way through the 11? I slept in pretty late, and I just quickly got up, showered, shaved. I try to look as clean cut as I can, and packed up, and I checked out 5 minutes late. So yeah, I did. LG G6 is great. It shuts off if it gets too cold. Yeah, I've had the same thing. Last February, I hitchhiked up to the Canadian Arctic in winter, and yeah, batteries do not like the cold either. They don't like the hot, and they don't like the cold. Damn it, that was the first car in 5 minutes. Sans murder. You want my murder sign? You've doubled your following overnight as well? Yeah, it was funny, when I woke up in the morning, I get, one of my emails is where I receive my follower notifications. I had like 300 emails from Twitch. I'm like, well shit. Have any assy cops? I haven't really had any assy cops. Some cops, you know, tell me I can't hitchhike where I'm at, and I'll just listen to them. They tell me where I have to go. I'll just do what they tell me. Haven't seen anyone stream with a Google Pixel 2 yet. I was actually looking at getting one. Problem being is it doesn't have a headphone jack. You see this fuzzy thing? That's an external microphone with a dead cat on it, which really helps with the wind noise, which is constant when I'm hitchhiking. There's always winds, whether that's natural wind from the environment or cars driving past creating wind. Yeah, yesterday morning I was at about 150 followers. Someone will have to refresh what we're kind of at now, but it's over 600 or something like that. Canadian might confuse. Alright, we can use the south sign. You're probably right. I'm just trying to tell them that I'm Canadian. You know? Real dead cat. Yeah, it's actually a cat that I killed while living in the woods. No, I actually love cats and I would never hurt a cat. No, you're like it's a pretty valid thing, like saying that they might get confused. Wooden monkey god. I welcome people to question what I'm doing, and sometimes people are right. Like quite often people are right. Sometimes I'm doing things wrong, so I value everyone's input. Blown up so much feels good, man. Yeah. Yesterday morning when I turned on the stream, we were hovering around the 10 to 20 viewer mark. Now we're sitting at 170, so that's a significant increase in viewership. I hope you guys are enjoying the stream. Right now this on-ramp's pretty slow, so we're kind of just chilling, chatting, I'm squatting for you. But yeah, I've had a good time so far. Yeah, this on-ramp isn't that busy, but that's okay. I'd rather be on this on-ramp than on the top of the highway, I think. I could always check out the top of the on-ramp in a bit. Have you ever gone to Alaska before, Trev? No, I haven't. I'd like to go. I've been to northern Canada, but I've never been to northern United States, Alaska. I've been as far north as Inuvik and Aklavik, Northwest Territories. That's where I hitchhiked to last winter. It was pretty fun, hitchhiking up into the Arctic tundra. Did some ice road hitchhiking. What's next? Twitch partner? Yeah, Twitch partner is just processing. I might have made a bit of a mistake, and even though I've had like someone who has Twitch partner and like someone that like a direct contact to like reset that, it's still not working, so it's just in limbo. And it's been that way since Hitchhiking America Day 7, I think. This spot's gonna take a while, not a ton of traffic. That's very true. When we first pulled over here, it looked like there was like kind of a couple cars every minute. But now that I've been here, we've had like maybe 5 cars. So yeah. At some point, if no cars really come, then yeah, I'll have to try and catch some people already on the highway. The downside of that is you're at highway speeds. So you lose the slow traffic thing. People don't really like pulling over when they're going fast. Like, they still do, and it would work. But I'll start here for a little bit, and then we'll move up if I get bored. What does your family think of you hitchhiking? All good if you don't want to answer. No, that's a very good question. My mom hated it when I first started doing it, but now I think she can at least appreciate it because I've only really had good things to say about it. So I think she's okay with it now. My dad and stuff, he's just like, whatever, you do you. Friends and family are mixed. But part of this, the reason I'm doing this is to show people what hitchhiking is like, because yes, people knew I was out doing weird hitchhiking trips, but I don't think they really understood what that is like. So now people can see what my experience with hitchhiking is like, which I think is unique. I think it's interesting. I think it's a cool way of traveling, and I'd like to show people what it's like. How many meals a day do you usually eat? Usually I'm pretty snacky. I'll eat like little things along the way. Meals are inconsistent. Do you think your mom secretly watches? I know she watches sometimes. Like the sign today? Yeah! For those who don't know, I know Tiger Woods from Canada. So yeah, we've been mixing up the signs today. Earlier we were using the not a murderer sign, and then we're like, well, let's give a direction. So it's on the opposite side of the not a murderer sign, where I was like, south, and then they'd see the south sign and be like, oh, he's going south, and I'd flip it over to not a murderer. So it'd be like, south, not a murderer. I liked it. It was fun. But the traffic here is really nice. It's just local, it's a small town. Everyone that's not picking me up is pretty much giving me a wave at least. I don't think it'll take too many cars to get picked up. It's just there's not that many cars in the first place. So I think statistically, a car is more likely to pick me up, like every individual car is more likely to pick me up here than it was in the last spot, getting out of Santa Maria. But there's just a whole lot less cars, so. Is that the Canadian pot leaf? Yeah, the Canadian maple leaf. We all smoke it. This means, everyone knows what this means, at least in North America they do. Thumb, thumb, as they get closer I give them a wave. Where am I now? Los Alamos, California, small town. Yeah, 3 hours north of LA. What country haven't you visited that you would like to visit? New Zealand? Like lots of places, I'm just trying to narrow it down. There's a few countries I missed in Europe. Like I missed Czech Republic. I missed like Italy and Spain, Portugal. I'd like to check those out at some point. Yeah, there's kids over there. I'm not gonna film them because they're kids. I don't want to film kids without parental permission. Because I can understand not wanting your kids' face on the internet. So, there are kids over there, I'm just not going to point the camera over there. How often do you replenish your condom supply? Every day, man. You gotta keep up to date on the condom supply. You can never run out. Almost to LA. Yeah, we're getting there. There's a decent chance we'll be there by the evening. We might not, but that's okay. Too close to the ramp? I could go down a little bit further. It's kind of I guess I can show you. It's, I don't know what I'd say. This is 25 meters down the ramp. It's kind of enough time for them to see me before they speed up too much. I don't replace my condom supply every day, just for those. This trip isn't a sex tour. I just like hitchhiking. You carry pepper spray or anything? No, I just have a utility knife for cutting cardboard. Need to go to Prague, so beautiful. I tried. I was in Germany, and I was like right before an exit off their autobahn to go northeast to Czech Republic to Prague, and I had a sign that said Prague, and I hitchhiked at this gas station all day, or for the better part of the day, trying to catch a ride to Prague, but no one was going to the Czech Republic at all. So eventually I just took a ride to Berlin, because everyone was going to Berlin. So I'm like, I guess that's the place to be. So I tried, and I failed. Oh, no. Not much traffic here, I agree. If I don't get a ride in a little bit and traffic's still slow, then I'll probably walk out to the end. I just prefer to hitchhike on on-ramps because the highway is a decent size with decent speed. So I generally prefer to be on an on-ramp on this type of highway. There was no sign at the start of this highway that said no pedestrians, so I feel like I'd be okay going up there. Some of them say no pedestrians, which means I'm not allowed to go up there. This one didn't say that, so I probably can, but I'm just giving it some time here. What if that guy gives you a ride but tells you to ride with horses? Would you do it? Like if someone picks me up and they have horses and they're like, you want to ride on some horses? Yeah, I'd fucking do that. That'd be great. It's a bucket list of mine to get picked up by like a horse-drawn carriage, like an Amish like little cart or something like that. I think that'd be amazing. I'm from Vancouver Island, Canada, Western Canada. I never made it to the Czech Republic, unfortunately. That's why I'd like to go there. When we get in partnership, we don't even have affiliate yet, because I fucked up the paperwork. Partnership will take a while. Twitch destroyed my life. We've grown a lot. These don't know, Twitch destroyed my life was here on day 1. Where I was getting 5 to 10 viewers. And you keep coming back and keep supporting the channel. Thank you. How do you keep enough power to stream? I have a bunch of mobile batteries. Like 3 20,000 milliamp hour batteries, a 12,000 milliamp hour battery, a 10,000 milliamp hour battery, and a 4,000 milliamp hour battery. This way you can apply for partnership before you can get affiliate sorted? Maybe. I think I have to boost my average concurrent viewers up to like 80 or something like that. And even at these numbers, it'll take a while for that to boost my average to that point. It was a joke about the condoms. No, I'm not. This isn't a sex tour. Get partnership easy? Yeah, well, we'll see. In due time. I think it's about rehydration time pretty soon. I need some more water. Devante, I cannot. That's a story for later, once this channel's more developed, and I set the stream to mature. That'll be next week. Trev, shut up. That'd be a pretty quick partner. This is Hitchhiking America day 15. I've only streamed 14 of those days, and we've come a long way in 2 weeks. Where are you from? Where are you headed? Vancouver Island, Canada is where I'm from. I'm headed south until I decide to not go south. Then I'm heading east probably until I run out of east, also known as the Atlantic Ocean, then probably heading north. I don't know where I'm really going. I don't make plans. Needs to average 75 for 30 days. Yeah, that sounds about right. Sorry, I'm skipping some stuff because I got way behind on chat. No, I haven't heard about anything. I don't keep up with the news when I'm traveling. Longest I've waited is about 8 hours in Fort Nelson, northern British Columbia, heading north towards the Canadian Arctic last winter. Isn't the camera an added obstacle? Like, you get lucky to have someone want to pick you up, but then you go a step further. Yeah, so for those of you that have been watching for a little bit today, I was hitchhiking, and then like maybe 30 minutes waiting, maybe 40, someone pulled over. They could have taken me to Santa Barbara, actually further that way. I told them I was recording it and they didn't want the camera in the car, so they turned down the ride because of that. So yeah, the camera can add a bit of an obstacle because not everyone wants to be filmed. But I do think you guys keep me even safer, because if someone had any bad intentions, I'd ask for permission to film them essentially, and they wouldn't want that to happen. So thank you guys for being here. You keep me safe. It's going good, Killslot. It's going good. Slow traffic here, but that's okay. Their car was fully loaded. They weren't gonna pick me up. No room. Why are you hitchhiking America? Because I like hitchhiking. And I want to show people what hitchhiking's like, because I've done it a lot. I've been picked up over 700 times in 25 countries, as many of you that have watched for a while have heard me say many times. I'm hitchhiking around America because I like hitchhiking. If I wasn't live streaming it, I'd probably still be doing this. I just wouldn't have you guys here watching me. So this is what I've been doing the past 4 years, hitchhiking around various places. Last fall I did hitchhike through northeastern United States on my way to Boston to fly. I was flying to Asia. So I hitchhiked through New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, and Massachusetts, yeah. And it was fun. I enjoyed it. And now we're going down the West Coast. And once we run out of West Coast, then we'll go east. You'd pick me up? Thanks, June boy. I appreciate it. I couldn't tell you the exact. I was just going down some state highway. Like, I crossed from Ontario, Canada, went through like upper New York. Like, if you kind of just draw a line from New York to like Boston while heading to the coast of Maine, that's the route I took. Yeah, I couldn't. Memory. Sketchiest hitch ever. My scariest, which in my opinion is sketchiest hitchhikes ever, have been some people that are just terrifying drivers. Like, I feel like there's a legitimate, like a significant chance we're going to die from crashing this car. I've met plenty of weird people. Those that were watching yesterday or have watched like that clip that was on Livestream Fail have probably seen these weird people that picked me up yesterday. River and Joseph. Dude like had like vampired someone without their permission. If you're gonna vampire someone, ask for permission. So they were weird, but I didn't find it that sketchy. I found it amusing and fun. And if you were watching, you kind of noticed I was just kind of asking continuation questions, like kind of just getting to delve deeper into their beliefs, because shit was kind of crazy. I loved it. Most people that have trailers like that, like who are camping and stuff, don't pick up hitchhikers. I don't think I've ever had someone with a trailer pick me up. And 700 rides. That was crazy yesterday. Yeah. Oh, you're in Vancouver, Balagrog. You're close to my home. I've spent a lot of time in Vancouver as well. I don't count cars. I vaguely keep track of time though. I say 15 to 25 minutes on average. Fun, I would have been shitting it. When you hitchhike enough, like you get used to kind of odd people. You just get used to that kind of stuff. Excuse me, sir. May I drink your blood before my alien friend comes to pick me up? Pretty much. Very nice when we can sub. I agree. I achieved all those affiliate like achievements on, I think it was Hitchhiking America Day 7, and I screwed up the tax forms, and then that locked up my whole application process. I tried to restart, I'd restart and it just wouldn't work. It would say that I hadn't completed one of my tax interview questions or like forms, and then when I went to click through, it's like, you've already submitted this. There's nothing you can do, just wait. And then I got Ricer Man, who's hosted me several times. He's a partner, and he got his like partner manager person to like reset it for me. So I'm like, all right, this is gonna work, and it's still doing the exact same thing. What's a nice car you've been picked up in? Like honestly, I haven't been picked up by any like super exotic, super sporty, crazy cars. Like I think like the nicest, most luxurious car was probably just like a really high-end Audi, like a new one. Like it felt like an executive car with like the fancy leather seats, like not like a sporty leather seat, but just like a 4-door sedan, but with like fancy leather seat and like yeah. But I've been picked up in weird vehicles. I've been picked up by a school bus, a boat in Ireland, the Lithuanian military and a military Humvee thing. Those are probably the weirdest so far. Hitch Life. A friend of mine saw you at Chick-fil-A here in Santa Maria. Are you sure it wasn't Popeyes? Because they saw me and then they came into chat and were like, because they were wondering if I was doing like a social eating stream. I think they worked at Lowe's or something like that. That van yesterday had to be the worst. I didn't feel threatened by them. They were just like, they had some crazy ideas. The elusive Trevor sighting, I know. What have your encounters with law enforcement been like? Mostly positive, or at least neutral. I've gotten in trouble a little bit. Never any like, well, I got detained in Japan for the better part of a day. I got picked up by the police in England and got warned. Both of those were kind of my fault. I was hitchhiking in a bad spot. Every interaction I've had with the police that I'd consider like negative has been, in my opinion, my fault. Or at least not the police officer's fault. The police officer wasn't being a dick or anything like that. They're just like, what are you doing here? You can't be here. And I'm like, yeah, I know, I just got dropped off here. I don't know what to do. I can tell you some stories. I'm just trying to like get through as much chat as I can. How did the boat drive on the road? Actually, like I should like clarify, like that ride on the boat, it wasn't like, I didn't like stand on the side of the water with my film out and be like, give me a ride. These guys picked me up in like rural Ireland, and then they're like, we got driving and they're like, oh, we could take our boat out and take you to the next town over across this lake. And I'm like, yes, let's do that. So we did that. by the army. Nice. Yeah, that was fun. They were really nice. They drove me to the Latvian border. Someone's gonna pick you up, I feel it. Given enough time, you'll always get a ride. Worst car as far as looks. Like, I've been picked up by some pretty like rough beaters. That van was pretty rough. Like disgusting dirty. What are your costs for hitchhiking? It depends what type of hitchhiking I'm doing. Right now I'm spending a decent amount of money because I'm actually, one sec. Because I've paid for accommodation a decent amount of the nights. Oh, another car. So that, like, accommodation's a big cost when you're traveling, and I think 1/4 of the nights I've kind of ended up paying for accommodation for a variety of reasons. Sometimes out of my laziness, sometimes out of trying to figure stuff out for the stream and not being in some bush in a city while I'm trying to like communicate with mods and stuff like that. Like my first time in a motel was like, my batteries are gonna die. If I want to continue streaming, I need to recharge them. But like, well, if I do it right, transportation's free, hitchhiking, accommodation's free, tenting, so then it's just food, incidentals, and entertainment that you pay for. Actually, on this trip, I have not spent a single penny on transportation once I've been in the United States, because I've never even taken a public bus. I've walked or hitchhiked everywhere. But like on my 2015 around the world trip, I think if you include everything, like including my flights, I think my average daily costs worked out to like $13 Canadian, so like $10 American a day, and that includes flights, that includes nights where I went out at the bar, that include days where I spent no money. So it varies. Like my costs on that trip, it would be like $4, $7, $0, $3, $7, $70, $0, $1, like, it really varies. Oh, Corvette. I say start walking, bro. Well, I'm not gonna walk down the highway. I could walk to the top of the on-ramp where I can kind of just catch the highway traffic a little bit, but we're not doing the walking thing. If you were here for John, we both agreed. We both agreed. You don't do the walking and hitchhiking thing, you do the find a good spot and wait for a ride thing. What did the police in England say to you? Why are you in a bad spot? Yeah, it's an interesting story. So, one sec. I was hitchhiking north up the M6 in western England on my way to Scotland, and these guys in like a white kind of van pulled over, and they only spoke Spanish. So I tried to tell them I was trying to head north. I like pointed on a map. I'm like, north, 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 and they're like, yeah. So I threw my bag in, jumped in, and we got going. And the very first exit, they took the exit onto a junction that went onto another motorway that went straight east across England. And I'm like, no. I said north. I'm trying to go north, and now you're going east. So I'm like, just let me out. So I got out. And I was right on a junction between two motorways. So one sec. So I just walked back out onto the motorway going north, and I'm walking. And then over top, like spanning the road, there was like a big electronic banner that was turned off, and I'm walking. And all of a sudden this banner flashes on, and it's like, caution, pedestrians on motorway, and flashes a new speed limit. And then I'm like, shit, they found me. They know I'm here. Those motorways have like cameras on them all over the place. And within like 10 minutes, an unmarked police car pulled over. I thought it was just someone picking me up at first. I'm like, yes, I'm out of here. And I come up to the passenger window, and it's a police officer, and he's like, get in. And I try to get into the front door, and he's like, nope, back. So, yeah, we got in. He's like, what are you doing here? I'm like, I got picked up by these guys that didn't speak English, I didn't speak Spanish, and I said they were going north, but they went east, so they just like let me out. And he's like, okay, well, this is your first and final warning. If we catch you on the motorway again, you will be prosecuted. Then he drove me back to where I was hitchhiking before, where it was legal to do it. and it was already nighttime at that point, so I just set down my tent and slept. But that's the interaction with England, or place in England. I have to skip a bunch of stuff. Sorry guys. You can be my translator for Spanish. All right, next time I'm in England and I get picked up by a bunch of Spanish guys, I'll quickly give you a call. I can't even fully see it. Hey, I see a poor connection warning. I don't like that. Stay with me. We okay? Whew. If you're hiking all the way, how do you charge your gear? People offer me places to stay for the night. Sometimes I'll spend 4 hours in a fast food joint or something charging up. I've spent a few nights in motels, one night in a hostel. Getting some audio feedback. Are you still getting audio feedback? That can happen. This microphone is unshielded, so if there's some weird network thing, sometimes we get feedback. If you continue getting feedback, I'll remove the microphone and we'll run stock mic for a little bit. Just this helps with the wind. Did you survive this vampire sucking all your blood? Yeah, he only sucked a little bit of blood, so it was like a blood donation. It's good at the moment? Okay. It's fine now, it's good. Thank you for the, because I can't see what you guys hear and see from my end, so I need your guys. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you guys letting me know how the stream quality is going is very helpful, because I can't see what you see, I can't hear what you hear. Audio sounds so good for RL. This is a directional shotgun mic with a dead cat on it, so. But with that said, it's only like $50 US. It's a Rode Video Mic Me. Maybe it's 60 bucks, I don't remember. It's not that expensive, but I think it really helps with the type of IRL I'm doing. It's directional, so it's facing me. So ideally it cuts out the road noise from behind. I think I'm gonna switch to my south sign in a little bit. So the microphone's facing me, so it doesn't pick up stuff from behind as much. The dead cat really helps with the wind. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. It just does get some interference issues with any kind of cellular network that's really close to it. Is it hot wearing long sleeves? It's a merino wool shirt. I think it does pretty well with temperature regulation. I generally try to cover up as much as I can, so I always wear pants and I wear long sleeves and roll them up during the day. When I walk into the bush at night, I roll down the sleeves. If I'm going through brush, I'll one sec. If I'm going through bush, I'll tuck my pants into my socks for ticks and stuff like that. But generally my body's decent at temperature regulation. If it's cold, I get used to the cold. If it's hot, given enough time, I kind of get used to the hot. But I try to cover up my skin. The sun is bad for you. But I don't wear a hat because I want people to be able to see my face. Switch to south? Yeah, I'll switch to south side. Good call. It's a Twitch live stream. You want a business card? Sure. Yeah, sure.